Pretty sure a lot of people are excited for Rise of Iron and the content that it's going to bring us to Destiny, because Destiny's been getting kind of dry recently. I mean, I know for me, I'm pretty excited about Rise of Iron as well, but there's a few things that I really hope that Rise of Iron brings to us, or Destiny brings to us in the future, to keep the game flowing and fresh and unique as it was back in the beta. I've made a short little list of some of the things that I really hope to see in the Rise of Iron or in the future. The first thing I want to see is new swords. As everybody knows, there's only 10 swords in the game, the Dread Fang to the Exotic 3 to the Legendary 3, and then to the Refer a Friend 3 swords. Now, these swords can get pretty dry after a while, after there's only 3 of them with unique abilities, and then the rest are pretty much the exact same, excluding the Dread Fang, as it just looks cool, but it's not really that good. If anybody knows who More Console is, I'm pretty sure he uploaded a video showing that there is going to be new swords, but I'm not too sure about that. I didn't really watch it all the way through. My next thing I hoped for was better loot from different activities to do in the Rise of Iron, such as how we have now. We have the strikes and other stuff, but there's a chance you'll get a legendary, and if you do it for a while, you'll get a higher chance to actually get a legendary. But if you keep on doing them all the way through, there's a chance that you're just going to get straight blues, and that's just not fun to do a whole strike just to get 2 blues that aren't even near an infusal light level for anything, which is not that rewarding. I know you can pop your 3 of coins, and that was another problem I had, but the loot that we currently get now from pretty much anything, like from patrols or strikes, it's just not good enough. I know Crucible does it right, raids do it right, but if you're considering just doing like a strike, it's not a pretty good chance that you're actually going to get a legendary. And I feel like we need to include more things inside of patrols to get loot from, because what's the point of going on a patrol if you're not going to get any loot or do anything? And I'm not just talking about the new Prison of Elders thing on patrol, but I'm talking about more stuff inside patrol to do, because there's a lot of areas to go inside of patrol, but what's the point of going there if there's nothing to do? Now, this is an idea for Archons Forge and other areas, but I'm really hoping that we can get a lot more bosses and stuff to do and make sure that it dishes out good loot, like I said before, because if Archons Forge can't deliver good loot and have fun things to do inside of it, like a bunch of bosses or different encounters, then we're not going to want to do it. Replayability is going to get short, and it's just going to get washed away and boring like the Court of Oryx did. Now, this one's probably something that not many people think about, but I'm really hoping we could see more perks on the guns that are more unique, and so we can grind for different perks. And they need to be actually good perks, not like Replenish. I know Rescue Mag is a good one, but Replenish is pretty much the exact same thing, but you just use your super, and that's just not a good perk to use. But I'm just hoping that we can see more perks on the guns to make the guns a little bit more like unique. Now, I'm pretty sure many people will disagree with this one, but in my eyes, I feel like this will make the game a lot more fun to play and make it fresh. But if we can make it harder to obtain exotics, I know now it's a lot easier with 3 of coins, and most of the exotics come from quests, but I feel exotics should be something that are like, oh, an exotic should be rare. Like back in the day, if you had a single exotic at the very start, you're like, oh, that guy's pretty cool, he has an exotic. I want that feeling again where it's like, exotics are hard to get, so they're more valuable, and I feel like they should be a little bit better, as most of the legendaries we have now, like a PDX or like a Party Crasher, legendaries like those just dominate exotics. But I feel like some new exotics should really stand up against those other guns and have some pretty good perks to show that they're worth your time, and making them harder to get really shows that like it's a gun a lot rarer than others, which should be what an exotic actually is. Now, lastly, I know this one is not going to come to the DLC we have now, but I feel like old raids like Crotazen and Vault of Glass should be put back into the weekly cycle, and people can go back and do them and actually get loot. And it wouldn't be that hard, would it? It would just take the old loot that we used to use, don't reskin it anything, just amp up its light level when you go do it on a harder difficulty to make more content, more loot, and it brings a lot of diversity to what you're going to see in the Crucible against you. Like you're going to see a Vision of Confluence or a Light of the Abyss just shooting you down anywhere. I feel that if we were to bring back old raids, it wouldn't be too much of a struggle. Just add some new difficulties to them and let some of the Year 2 players be able to play those raids and actually like have a reason to. And personally, me and 4 other people, we went and did Vault of Glass and Curtis N just last night, and we had a blast. Those raids are the funnest raids to do. Personally, I think Vault of Glass is because of the teamwork purposes, but those raids are just the funnest raids to do, and I just want to be able to go back and do them and get good loot and be able to use some of the guns that I used to use back in year 1 again. Like I said, it would add a lot of diversity to Crucible, and I don't see much problem with it, to be honest. Alright, that about wraps up this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below what you think that should be in the next DLC or in later on. My Battlefield 1 beta just finished downloading, so I'm going to go play the crap out of that. And I'll see you guys later.